I'm freezing. Yeah, you got your slippers on, I don't blame you. I've got my long sleeve on. Alright, we're going to start in a child's pose and we'll get moving quite quickly today, get us warmed up and awake. So, nice and wide at the knees, big toes to touch. Hips to heels, just slide the hands out in front of you and then come to rest your forehead onto your mat. And if you want to, just wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side so you really kind of settle into the hips. And then we want to start quite active with the arms, so have the arms as straight as you can, push the palms and the fingertips into the mat. And just start to breathe in and out the nose, a nice few deep breaths. Sending the breath all the way into the rib cage. Feel the back of your ribs expanding as you inhale and contracting as you exhale. Maybe you're pulling the belly in as you exhale. Nice, you can start to think about activating your pelvic floor muscles here as well, outbounders. Great, and then just time to make it even more active, so come onto your fingertips now. See if you can sink your chest a little bit more closer to the mat, and then maybe just wiggle the hips slightly from side to side, make a little bit of room there. Try and creep the fingertips maybe even more forward, so you try and lengthen the spine as much as you can. Lovely, and then just start to slide your right arm underneath your left arm, so you come onto your right ear, right shoulder. Creep your left fingertips to the top right hand corner of the mat, and then push the right arm down as you try and pull your left shoulder open, and then maybe you gaze up, only if that feels all right for the neck. So pull the shoulder blades together so you get that nice rotation for the upper body. Nice. Then release left hand back into center. Release the right hand forward, stretch it out for a breath. And as you exhale, slide the left hand underneath the right arm. Come onto your left ear, left shoulder. Creep the right fingertips over to the left. And then pull the right shoulder open. Nice. Breathe in there. Keep twisting, keep rotating. And then release the right arm, release the left arm to meet the right. One nice stretch in your child's pose. And then exhale. So push your palms together, draw your knees just slightly in together. So you're in a normal child's pose now. And then we're going to start to move. So as we come forward, we're going to inhale, come forward through your tabletop. Reach your left hand forward. And then as you exhale, sit your hips back to your heels. Reach the left hand back where it came from. So inhale, come forward through tabletop, scoop the right arm forward and back, and then exhale, slide the hand back in place. So we're just going to move through that. So inhale, come forward, circle the left arm, get into the shoulder. Exhale, send it back. Right side, inhale, come forward, circle it round. Exhale, send it back. Two more, just move through the pace of your own breath. One more on either side. That's it, waking up the body. Then final time for your right side. And then send the hips back to the heels. Great, let's continue to move. So as you inhale, round forward through your tabletop, drop the hips, slightly bend the elbows, lift the chest. And then exhale, hips back towards the heels. Then just flow that. So inhale, round it forward, drop the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, hips to heels. Just a couple more, flowing with your breath. Just trying to wake up your spine here. Make sure you give the glutes a little bit of a squeeze as you come forward and drop the hips, just to protect your lower spine. And then eventually back to your child's pose. Then when you're ready, round forward through tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips and work your way to downward dog. I'm going to continue to move, so pedal out the feet, bend and straighten one leg at a time here. Nice. Then find some stillness in your down dog, hips up, heels down towards the mat. I'm just going to come into some waves. So inhale, lift the heels round forward, come into a high plank position. As you exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, send it to downward dog. Inhale, round it forward. Exhale, soften the knees, back to downward dog. Once more, inhale, round it forward. And then exhale, downward dog. Great, then soften through the knees. Start to walk your feet forward all the way to the front. Take your ragdoll when you get there. Maybe sway it from side to side. Loosen up the lower back. Then release your hands down. Keep your knees soft. Gently start to roll yourself up to standing. So let the spine unwind. And when you get to the top, give the shoulders a roll up towards the ears. And then exhale through the mouth. 3 normal sun salutations. Bring the feet together. Inhale, reach the hands up above the head. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. Or if you want to start with the chaturanga straight away, go for it. Sit, take it through a cobra or an up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Nice few breaths in downward dog. If you still want to move there, you can. Or just hold it nice and static. Another breath. Then gaze forward, lift the heels, soften the knees. Step, walk or float the feet forward. Into your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands through to the heart center. Lovely. Inhale to lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Then exhale, step or float back through your vinyasa. So flow with your breath, no rush. And then work your way back into downward dog. Again, a few little breaths back in down dog. One more breath here. And then soften the knees, gaze forward, step, walk or float your way forward into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, lift tall. Exhale, hands to the heart center, final round. Inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, step or float it back through a vinyasa. Pull your chest through your armpits as you come up. And back into downward dog. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. One more breath here. And exhale. Lift the right leg. Inhale, lift it high. Keep your toes pointing down towards the mat. And then exhale, right knee in towards the nose. Round and squeeze. Inhale, the right leg. Lift it high again. Exhale, knee to nose. Once more. Inhale, right leg, lift it high. Exhale, knee towards the nose, hold it there. Then gaze forward, try and place the foot in between the hands. That's it, on the fingertips, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, hips up and back as you try to straighten through that front leg and fold. Inhale, rebend, gaze forward. Exhale, hips up and back and fold. Once more, inhale, bend. Exhale, hips up and back and fold. Then as you inhale, rebend into the right knee. Drop your left knee, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Little low lunge. And as you exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Find a twist. Gaze on out over your right shoulder if you can. Great, now inhale, both hands reach back up, low lunge. Exhale, bring your hands just forward past your right foot, big push. As you inhale, try and lift your left leg straight up and come into your standing splits. Now, instead of an open hip here, try and have a closed hip, so all 5 toes are pointing down towards the mat. It means your leg won't be as high, but we're really working that standing hamstring. Great, take a breath here. As you exhale, bend both knees, tap your left knee to the back of your right calf. Inhale, send the left leg back up. Exhale, bring it down and tap. Inhale, send it up. That's it, exhale, tap. And then inhale, send it up. Just soften your right knee, come all the way to standing, bring your left knee in towards your chest. Draw the left knee in, hug the shin with both hands. Maybe give the ankle a little wiggle when you're there. Great, right hand comes onto right hip, left hand either stays where it is, or take your peace fingers, wrap them around your left big toe, and then try to work that left leg towards straight. So your right knee can have a little bend in it, or once you get a bit more comfortable, you try and push the ground away with that right leg. Try and straighten it up. Relax your left shoulder down if possible. Great, now keep the foot where it is. Release your left hand onto your left hip. Hold it there. That's it, work the strength in the leg. Nice, now rebend the left knee in. Start to send it back through your warrior 3. Keep the left leg behind you. Bring the hands to your heart center. So you're really working that standing right leg here. Try and dial the left hip down if you can. And then slowly step your left foot back about halfway back on the mat. Come up to standing. That's it, hands come to clasp behind the back, opposite hand to elbow, or if you have your reverse prayer, you can take it. If you want to tiptoe your right foot open slightly, you can. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, lean forward, both hips are facing forward. Try not to let the right hip push off to the side. That's it, now ground down through your big toes here on both feet. It's going to test your balance. Think about sticking your bum back and drawing the crown of your head forward. Really try and see how long you can get that spine. Imagine you're trying to balance a plate on it. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, you can release your hands down either to your shin blocks, or if the floor is available, you can take the floor and you can just fold forward over that right leg. And then try and draw your left hip forward as your right hip draws back. Feel that nice stretch. Great. Anyone that is quite open here, another option to take this further is to turn your fingertips away from you, as if they were heading back towards your left foot. See if you can come onto the toes of your left foot, and then maybe draw your left knee towards your right knee and pick up that back foot. You can do this on blocks as well, make it more available, or just stay exactly where you are. That's tricky. All right, now the breath here. And then exhale, bring your hands onto your hips, come all the way back up to standing with a nice long spine. Great, now turn to your left, turn both feet parallel to the edge of the mat, maybe make your feet a little bit wider. Inhale, elbows back, chest open, and as you exhale, hinge from your hips. Start to fold yourself down towards the mat, release the hands down in line with the heels. And just allow the head to drop here. Keep pulling up on those thighs. Once again, if you feel comfortable, turn your fingertips as if they were going through your legs, and then walk your hands as far through your legs as you can as you fold over. Lovely. Then hands back underneath the shoulders, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hand forward again to frame that right foot at the front of the mat. And then start to straighten that right leg once more. We're coming into our pyramid pose. If you want to take it deeper, flex your right toes back towards you. Nice. And if you hadn't guessed, we're working the hamstrings today. Sit, hold it there, breathe in. Feel the backs of those legs start to lengthen. We'll take another breath. And then exhale, rebend into your right knee. Frame the foot, step it back through a vinyasa or downward dog. So find your way back into your down dog. Encourage the heels down, maybe just notice the difference in your legs there. And then we take it all on our left hand side. So left leg, inhale, lift it high. Keep the toes pointing down towards the mat. Exhale, left knee in towards the nose, squeeze it round. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, squeeze it in, hold. Then gaze forward, see if you can flick the left foot forward to step in between the hands. Couple of steps to get it there is fine. Alright, on the fingertips, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, hips up and back. Try to straighten through the front leg and fold. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, bend. And then exhale, straighten. This time as you inhale, bend into your left knee, drop your right knee, reach your hands up, low lunge. And as you exhale, send your right hand forward as you send your left hand back and you find a twist. Squeeze that core in. Now inhale, both hands reach back up, back into your low lunge. As you exhale, bring your hands just in front of your left foot. Big push, find your standing split. Right leg goes up towards the ceiling. Just fold over your left leg, keep your toes pointing down. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend both knees, tap your right knee behind your left calf. Inhale, lengthen, straighten it back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. And then inhale, lengthen. Soften your left knee first, start to gaze forward and come all the way up to standing. Take as much time as you need, right knee draws in and hug both hands around the shin. Give it a squeeze, maybe roll the ankle. Now left hand onto your left hip, right hand either stays on the shin, or you take your peace fingers around your right big toe and you start to work that leg forward. So that left knee can have a little bend in it, or as you start to get more confident, you try and straighten out the left leg, relax the right shoulder. Nice, now try and keep the foot where it is as you release the right hand onto the hip and hold. That's it. Then rebend the right knee, send it through your warrior three. Right leg goes back, chest goes forward, release the hands through to the heart center. Try and dial the right hip down. Nice, a breath here, and then step that right foot back about halfway down your mat. Come up to standing. Bring the hands behind the back, either opposite hand to elbow or reverse prayer. Open up the left foot a bit more if you need it. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, hinge from the hips as you just come forward far enough to feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Nice. Keep thinking about someone's got a piece of string on the top of the crown of your head and they're pulling your head forward and then pushing your bum backwards. And get that flat back there. So just check in with where else you're holding tension that you could be releasing, your jaw, your shoulders. Another breath. And then release the hands down to the shin, to blocks or to the floor, either side of your left foot. And then you can just kind of allow a little bit of rounding through the spine there, get nice and deep. Same thing as before. If you're quite comfortable here, you can turn your fingertips away from you as the first stage and just walk them back. Hold it there. As a second stage, you might come onto your right toes. Keep it there. And a third stage, you might see if you can bend that right knee. Maybe the foot picks up. Requires a deep hamstring though. Lovely, another breath. And then wherever you are, make sure your right foot is flat, bring your hands to your hips and come all the way back up to standing. Whew. Alright, turn to the right hand side, tiptoe your feet a little bit wider if you need to. Hands come to clasp behind the back, inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And then exhale, hinge from the hips as you fold over the legs. Relax the head down, squeeze the palms and try and get the shoulder opening at the same time here. Wonderful, another breath. And then release the hands underneath the shoulders onto the mat. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And then exhale, walk your hands forward to frame your left foot at the front of the mat. Then start to straighten through that left leg. We're taking that pyramid pose once more. If you want to flex your left toes back towards you to make it a bit deeper, that's an option. Nearly there, a couple more breaths. One more inhale, and then exhale. Rebend into the left knee, frame the foot, step it back through your vinyasa, and work into downward dog. Nice. Just find your breath for about 4 or 5 breaths here now. Right leg, inhale, we lift it high again. Exhale, right knee in towards the nose, round and squeeze. Then inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee taps the right elbow. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee taps the left elbow. Then inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot just shy of the hands. Inhale, left leg, pick it back up again. Find your standing splits. Hold it here. Nice, I'm just going to turn to face you. So you can stay here, working on your standing splits. If you want to come down into a grasshopper, start to soften both knees at the same time as if we're bringing our left knee to the back of our right calf again. Open up your left hand to the left side a bit and then take your right hand, take hold of your left big baby toe side of the foot. Great, and then it's easier to do this quickly than slowly. See if you can kind of lean your chest forward, kick your left leg to the right side, and then bend down. That's it, kick it all the way, that's it, nice, nice. And if you need to drop your hips, you can, but if not, you try and keep your hips off the mat. So you're leaning forward slightly. Great, and then you can either release the foot and come back to your standing split, or you can try and get back up holding the foot. So if you do need to push off that right foot, start to lift the hips, bend that back knee again to where it came from. And then otherwise work straight to your standing splits, left leg is lifted. Great, now we're going to back up to standing. So start to soften through your right knee as you come all the way up to standing. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Find that balance first. And then start to clasp both hands together underneath your left foot. Find your little gaze point. You can stay there. Or maybe see if you can start to straighten that left leg out just as much as you can forward. You keep the chest leaning forward. Nice. All right, we're going to go into our pistol squat from here. So option 1, keep both hands around the foot. Option 2, release your left hand out, get ready to catch it. And you can also move your grip to underneath your left calf. So whatever you want to do, start to see if you can bend into your right knee and come all the way down to the mat. Use your left hand to steady you if you need. There we go. Or we all crumble down, that's also fine. Right knee is bent. Draw your right foot in as close to you as you can, and you want about a couple of fists distance between your foot and your thigh. Left hand, bring it off to the side. Inhale, your right hand lifts, and then as you exhale, reach your right hand forward. That might be where you stay, or you might turn your right palm to the right side. See if you can bring the hand around the front of your right shin, and then your left hand goes behind your back, and you try and clasp your hands. That's it, and then you flex your left foot back towards you, and see if you can lean your chest forward into the leg. It's a really weird one, this. But it's good to try it. Nice. So just keep grounding that right heel in towards the mat. Keep leaning the chest forward. We've got 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. And then exhale. Release. Now bring the right foot, cross it over your left thigh. Right hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then exhale, twist. You can either hug the knee in or bring the elbow to outside of the thigh and just find a little rotation. Great. Come back in towards center. And sit, just lean your chest back slightly. Start to lift your feet off the ground. Take hold of underneath your knees to start with. Stay there, or maybe try and reach your hands forward with a nice long spine, and we hold. Sit, squeeze the core nice and tight. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Cross the feet, roll forward, step or float through a vinyasa, or if you want to skip it and go to down dog, you can. Lovely. Deep breath in when you get there. If you want to take a sigh through the mouth, you can. Left side, inhale, let's lift the left leg high. Exhale, left knee in towards the nose, round and squeeze. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee taps the left elbow. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee taps the right elbow. And then inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot just shy of the hands. Standing splits, right leg, inhale, lift it high. Maybe you can fold a little deeper this time over that leg. And then maybe you stay. Maybe you choose to open up your right arm just out to the side a little bit. Bend both knees and then take hold of the outside of the right foot with your left hand. That's it. Keep your chest leaning forward, keep your bum sticking back. Try and kick your right leg into your left hand and then bend the knee. That's it. So all the way down and then hold it when you get there. Hips stay off the ground if you can. And then up to you, either just straight back into your standing splits, however you want to get there, or you come back out the way you came in. So push into that left foot, re-bend the leg, and then right leg lifts up to where it came from. Great, now let's come up to standing once more. So soften the left knee, start to bring your chest up, draw the right knee in towards the chest. And then clasp the hands underneath the foot. So no rush doing that. And then almost like you're trying to keep your belly on your thigh, start to kick your right leg forward. You can bend the left knee, you can bend the right knee. Nice, and then you're going to work down into your pistol squat. So whatever you want to, you can take both hands, you can have either hand out to the side to catch you, or you can just come down however you want to. So however you want to get there, see if you can come into your pistol squat. Yeah. All right. Left knee, bend it in. So you want to draw that heel in towards the bum as close as you can. Make sure you've got a gap between the knee, the thigh. Right hand first out to the side. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then exhale, reach forward with that chest as if you were reaching. Turn the palm away from you. Bring it around the front of the shin. And then see if the right hand can go behind the back to clasp. You can use straps here as well. And then you flex the right toe and you see if you can lean the chest forward. And just breathe it there. Lovely. Start to lift your chest back up. Bring your left foot over your right thigh, left hand on the floor behind, right arm, inhale as you lift, and then exhale, twist of your choice, either wrap it around your knee or bring the elbow to outside. Just try and grow nice and tall in the spine. Lovely. One more breath here. And then exhale back in towards center. This time both feet come together. Bring the hands onto the floor behind you. A little bit of core work. And see if we can start to push into the heels. Maybe your toes touch the mat. And you lift your hips up. Maybe the head drops back. Now squeeze your bum here. Keep lifting those hips up. Another breath. And then hips drop slowly back down. Great. Flex the toes towards you. Maybe just lift up the fleshy bits. You're really on the sitting bones. You can use a strap if you want to. Otherwise, inhale, the hands reach. And then exhale, find your forward fold. Close down the eyes. We're going to hold this one for about 15 breaths. So we're just going to hold it for quite a while. Deep breaths. In and out the nose. If you want to use your breath to kind of inhale, so if you can lengthen through the spine a little bit, and then exhale, maybe you can fold a bit deeper. So just keep pressing your thighs into the mat. Last few breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale. Lift yourself back up. Keep your legs straight. Reach your hands forward and then start to roll yourself down onto the mat. We're just going to continue with the hamstrings just for our final few postures. So bring yourself down onto your mat. Bend both knees so their feet are flat on the floor. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. You can use a strap here if you've got one. Otherwise, wrap your hands around your thigh, your calf, or maybe your right peace fingers take hold of your right big toe. And then just pull that right foot in towards you. Great, and then maybe the left foot starts to straighten, or the left leg, should I say, and flex the left toes back towards you, take it a little bit deeper. Great, now holding on to the toe or the calf, whatever you've got, or maybe you've got a strap, start to open up the right leg out to the right side, and then maybe allow your head to fall to the left. So try not to let the left hip roll off the mat, so try and push the left thigh down, keep the left leg active. And then draw the right foot back in towards centre. If you're using a strap, now take it into your left hand. If you're using your hand, your left hand comes to your outer thigh, calf or foot. Right hand out to the side, and then just keep your foot in line with your hip and pull it across the body ever so slightly. If the leg stays straight, you probably won't need to pull it far across. Try and keep both hips into the mat. And you're trying to target that IT band. You might feel this in the back of your knee as well. Great, well, just a little breath here. And then release. Right knee bends, foot's flat on the floor, and we'll switch out the sides. Left leg, last bit of work before we finish. So left leg up towards the ceiling, wrap your strap or your hand around your thigh, calf or foot. So pull that left leg back in towards you. Maybe straighten out that right leg. Make the stretch a little deeper. Flex the right toe and push the right thigh into the mat. And just continue to breathe. You can close the eyes if you want to. And then placing the strap into your left hand if you've got it, otherwise just hold on to the leg or the toe. Right hand either on the hip or out to the side, and open up that left leg out to the side. Allow your head to drop to the right. then bring that leg back in towards centre. Place the strap into your right hand or take hold of your left foot or leg with the right hand, and then gently just pull that leg, keep it in line with the hip, keep your left hip down just across the body. Probably won't have to be very far, but maybe it will be. Kind of put it in towards you a little bit as well if you want to intensify it. Great, last breath here. And then pull the leg back in towards centre. Release your strap, bend your left knee in. Maybe you want to give the legs a little squeeze first before you finish. Deep breath. And then exhale, release. Release the legs out long. Release the hands away from the body, palms facing up. And just allow yourself to start to sink in. Feel the hamstrings, feel that length after all that work. And just think about relaxing behind the backs of the knees. Relaxing all the way up the back of the thigh. And the shoulders, the jaw. Keep them soft. Gently start to give the fingers and toes a little wiggle. And nod the head from side to side. And start to take a bigger either stretch or hug the knees in towards the chest. And then gently roll over onto one side, or if you want to rock and roll up to seated, you can. And then just eventually make your way to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together at the heart center and we'll take 2 breaths to finish. Inhale. Big sigh. Once more, breath in. And an exhale. Rub the hands together, wake up the body. Place the palms over the eyes. And then open the eyes to the darkness of the palms. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Bow your head to your hands. Namaste. We're done, ladies. I hope you